Giants in the 19th Century: A Critical Analysis of Photographic, Architectural, and Erasure Claims. Framing the question properly, the claim is not simply, giants existed. It is a compound hypothesis, consisting of several linked assertions. Humans 7 to 9 feet tall or more were common and socially integrated before 1800 to 1850. They appear in historical photographs as normal citizens. They disappear abruptly from the record. Their disappearance coincides with a global mud flood. They were custodians, operators of advanced infrastructure. Their removal was deliberate and coordinated. Each of these must be evaluated independently. When they are bundled together, weak links borrow strength from stronger-looking ones. Photographic evidence. What photos can and cannot prove. Early photography limitations. Critical context. 19th century photography suffers from perspective distortion, especially with large format lenses. Forced perspective staging, unknown camera height and focal length, no standardized scale references, retouching, compositing, and plate reuse. Tall people emphasized for spectacle. A person closer to the camera can appear dramatically larger than those behind them, especially in group shots. This is not hypothetical, it is a well-documented optical effect. 2.2 tall individuals did exist, but rarely medical and historical records confirm. Individuals 7 to 8 plus feet tall existed due to gigantism, acromegaly. They were rare, medically fragile, and often publicly noted. The tallest verified individuals, for example, 8 feet 11 inches, lived into the late 19th–20th centuries. What we do not see: census records of large populations of giants, military, medical, or burial records reflecting a tall demographic. Skeletal populations consistent with widespread gigantism. 2.3 normal citizens. Claim problem. If giants were numerous, functional, integrated, then we would expect clothing industries scaled for them, door handles, tools, furniture, consistently oversized hospital and military documentation, burial grounds with large skeletal remains, anatomical textbooks referencing them. We do not see this pattern at scale. 3. The sudden disappearance narrative. 3.1 Photography density illusion. Photography before 1850 was rare, expensive, often staged, selectively archived. After 1850, photography exploded. Subjects became standardized. Labor photography became institutional. Medical documentation improved. This creates a false sense of disappearance, when what actually changed was sampling density, record-keeping rigor, scientific classification. 3.2 No demographic signal of collapse. A real disappearance of a giant population would produce mass mortality signals, burial anomalies, medical panic, government correspondence, ecclesiastical records. None exist. 4. Mud flood correlation. A cautionary note. 4.1 Urban sediment does not equal global catastrophe. What is often called mud flood can usually be explained by street raising, regrading, floodplain construction, fire, debris, industrial landfill, sewer retrofitting, river redirection. Cities did bury earlier layers, but not simultaneously, not globally, not catastrophically. 4.2 Correlation does not equal causation. Aligning. Urban rebuilding, architectural reuse, industrialization, changing photography does not establish a coordinated global reset. 5. Oversized architecture. The strongest legitimate question here is where the giants narrative touches something real, but misattributes the cause. Large doors, halls, ceilings, and stairs are best explained by material movement, caskets, machinery, scenery, ventilation needs, heat management, crowd flow, symbolic authority, pre-elevator design, animal and cart access, ceremonial scale. Importantly, the same buildings functioned perfectly with normal-sized people. No giant only wear patterns exist. No specialized giant tools exist. 6. The guardians of Tartarian technology claim this is where evidence collapses. There is no operational manual, no hardware sized exclusively for giants, no transitional record of tech loss, no failed attempts by normal humans to operate systems, no shutdown moment. In engineering history, industrial systems were maintained, modified, replaced, understood, not abandoned due to missing operators. 7. Orchestrated erasure. What would be required? A real global erasure would require coordination across empires, destruction of skeletal evidence, manipulation of medical science, suppression of burial records, control of universities, alteration of family genealogies. This exceeds the demonstrated capacity of 19th-century institutions, especially rival empires in conflict. 8. What is worth preserving from this narrative? The giants theory persists because it points at real discomforts. We underestimate past engineering skill, we misinterpret old photos, we've lost knowledge through disuse, not suppression. Modernity often mistakes replacement for progress. Architecture once assumed permanence. Those are valid insights. 9. Recommended position for the Tartarian City Research Initiative. Official stance, suggested. Claims of widespread post-1800 giants lack verifiable biological, archaeological, and documentary evidence. However, the persistence of such claims highlights genuine gaps in public understanding of historical engineering, photography, and urban development. TCRI investigates these gaps using evidence-based methods. This keeps intellectual integrity, open inquiry, public trust, scientific credibility. 10. Final assessment. Plainspoken, tall individuals existed. Right-pointing arrow. Yes, they were common. Right-pointing arrow. No evidence they disappeared suddenly. Right-pointing arrow. No, they ran. Advanced infrastructure. Right-pointing arrow. Unsupported photos alone prove it. Right-pointing arrow. No, architecture requires giants. Right-pointing arrow. No, the giants narrative is symbolically powerful but biologically unsupported. Global Robotics Corporation.